Distraction, suppose in our prayer, the lady was standing in front of me, and if you saw rows and rows behind each other, we were standing shoulder to shoulder, and we said Allahu Akbar, the lady in front, I noticed, 24, 36, 36, 24, 36, and the mind goes, what a lovely figure she's got. Instead of concentrating on God, you start concentrating about the woman. Then as we stand shoulder to shoulder, because the Holy Prophet Muhammad has said that when you stand up for prayer, you must not leave gaps between you and the other person so that the devil might get in between you and your brother. Now the devil he was talking about was not the guy we see in the art gallery, Durban Museum Complex, second floor. There's a huge painting there by some great artist where a beautiful woman, well proportioned with wings, she's got a wand in her hand and she's directing the devil to go to hell. And you can see that devil flying off, in the picture. You can see him flying off with wings, ruddy complexion, horns, and with the tail with a barbed hook. Now Muhammad wasn't talking about one like that, because, if anybody saw one like that, you flee for dear life. Me too. Now I go and stand by him to be tempted. But now the one he was talking about was we ourselves. Our racial pride, our arrogance, our riches. I'm white, he's black, I'm rich, he's poor. He says, no, you don't have that shoulder to shoulder. I can't get away from my brother, and my brother can't get away from me. They are there. But instead of my brother, my sister is standing next to me, for example. Yeah. And I say, Allahu Akbar. In the night, cushy, warm feeling. I'm wondering whether she's not the greatest. So these are distractions, for which reason Islam says, give them a separate but equal facility. Separate but equal.
So there's no subservience, actually?
No. They have the roles. Men have the roles, women have the roles, and they are, we say, complementary to one another.
Mm-hmm. So you can say they are equal. In Islam, the woman and the man are equal.
They have equal rights. But now in the house now, generally, you see, now the man has, the Quran tells us that man is a degree above women. Might sound like what you describe it, because he is the breadwinner. Because I supply my wife with all her needs, then naturally I haven't says, look dear, we will go holiday to Cape Town, not to Johannesburg. She can't tell me, no, I have equal rights. I said, no. But as it is said, she stoops to conquer. If she gives in, I say, yes dear, where you want to go? There's no tug of war between husband and wife. If she just says, she's as if creates in my mind the feeling that the choice is mine, I just can't help it asking her, where you want to go? And it's happening all the time. You see, I used to be in Parkerini, this Mzinto, and I had more of my people in Port Shepstone than in Stanger. But every time, weekends, whenever we move, we're moving to Stanger. We're moving to Stanger. We don't go to Port Shepstone. My own relations are in Port Shepstone, but my wife's relations are in Stanger. So it's like the coach pulling the engine away every time. Now that's how life works.
That's okay. Just give it slow.
What was that?
Oh,
Yes. Isn't working. Not currents. Not raising.
Yes. You can take it.
I've got it, thank you. No, I believe, for instance, in, I suppose every culture does differ slightly in interpretations.
Yes, ma'am.
In the Middle East, for instance.
Yes.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes, ma'am.
They discourage or don't allow women to travel on their own.
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be for their protection?
Correct. You see, now we ourselves too, we wouldn't like our daughters to be going out alone. You know, our son is going to Johannesburg, and say, well, you can thumb lift.
Yeah.
But I won't in a hurry tell my daughter to thumb lift.
Yes.
I tell my brother, you can thumb lift, you know.
Yes.
But I can't tell my wife, go and thumb lift.
Yes.
You know the obvious reasons. Because man, the predator, he is waiting there, you know, to exploit the weakness of woman. So in Islam, we are not allowed to be alone with a woman who's not my wife, or my sister, or my mother, or my daughter. Everybody else at a respectable distance. For example, if I was traveling to Johannesburg and I witnessed you, saw you, standing there by the roadside, thumbing a lift.
You drive straight past.
My religion says don't give her a lift. My religion tells me I should not give you a lift. Why? Because you are white? No, no, no. No. Even if a woman of my own race, it tells me I should not give her a lift. Because it is a challenge to man's manliness. We are two traveling together alone in the car. Before we reach our destination, I want to know whether she is married, any children, how long you married, the 15 years, any children, is it no, isn't Mr. Todd working hard enough? What? These are the thin edge of the wedge, you know, we're trying to know, have you got a boyfriend? Is it no? You say when you go on the other side, you know, I can take you to the cinema, you know, you can go to the dance. At the back of the mind, there's something more than a dance, and a dinner is involved. So the Creator knows the machine that He has made is no, keep them at a respectable distance. The lady is there with a gentleman, maybe her brother, give her a lift, act of charity. Or maybe her husband, give them a lift. Father and daughter, give them a lift, act of charity. But alone, is don't tempt providence. So it's the practical aspect of...
I think that leads on to a point about the exploitation of women by society.
Right.
Which I'm sure as your group you might have come across this quite often.
Very much so.
I think the anecdote that you were relating the other day on your views on advertising.
Oh yeah. They asked me a similar question, some students, about ladies. So I said, you see, women folk are being exploited to the limit.
Absolutely.
And to give an example, I said Lucian Motors in Smith Street, Durban. They sell second-hand trucks. But on the trucks that they advertise, there's the woman in the bikini on top of the truck.
Yeah.
G Knots, they were here in Field Street, they've moved to North Dean now. When they advertise tractors, they have a woman in the bikini on top of the tractor. So I'm asking, what has a woman in the bikini got to do with the second-hand truck or with the tractor?
That's right.
Except the man. He'll be enticed to read because of that woman. Then I see a beautiful advert saying, "Corrosolve your car." They said, no, it says, "Protect your interest." What your interest? A lady in the bikini. But they're talking about corrosolving motor cars. Then BMW has beaten the lot. I see an advert in our daily news, local paper. It has a beautiful illustration of a BMW motor car. I'm not in the market for it. I had my Volkswagen Beetle, 1, 2, 3, 4 I had in succession, one after another. Then I had to buy a Golf because they don't make them anymore. Then I got my second Golf, and I don't know the third one or what, I don't know. But I'm not in the market for a BMW. But I was forced to read this advert. BMW motor car, beautiful illustration. In front of that motor car is a woman in the skimpiest of bikini, what you call the tanga, you know, the G-string. And she's standing in a lustful, enticing pose, as is inviting, come on, and it's written at the bottom, "Test drive her now." Who? The woman of the car. She's barring the car. Test drive her now. So what are you doing to a women folk? See, the Westerner, he sells his mother, he sells his wife, he sells his daughter. Everything is for sale. You have business people, so I'm doing.
Yeah.
Everything is for sale. His wife is a star, so he's happy. My wife is a star. She's being broad on the screen. The guy is simulating sex and rape, and the guy is enjoying it. I said, "You are sick. You people are sick." Please pardon me.
Yeah, so
I don't want to frighten you people away.
This
what are you now?
critical, I think.
I says, what is wrong? Everything for sale. So in the house of Islam, the Holy Prophet Muhammad has said, women, they are your mothers, they are your sisters, they are your daughters, they are your aunts. They are to be loved, respected.